Now let's move on to this. Now in this, we are going to give it something like, A is equals to, okay, any value. I'm taking it as 27.21. So this is a float, A. Now I will print it, type of A. Now how you will get it? This is nothing but an, okay. Now again, like if you want to convert anything into float, so we will be using the float function. Now let's take it. I have an integer. My integer is like I will give it as b is equals to, let's take it 9. Okay, this is my integer. Now I want to convert this integer into float. Before that, I want to print it b over here, type of b. That is nothing but I will get it as int. Very well, we know that I will get an int. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this float into, sorry, integer into float by using a float function. Now, as I told you, like, it is the original value will never get converted. Okay, original value will never get converted. Now, what will happen? The float will take the instance of the b value, that is the integer value, and it will store it in a different memory location, and before storing it, it will convert it into the float. Okay, now I can show you over here as c is, or result is equals to, or c. Here I will print it c, type of c. Now let me show you the output as this is the float. String integer is converted into the float with the help of the float function. This is the way, usually we will do it. Okay. Now this is all about the float, guys. Now let's see this one. Now let's go to the next one called as complex data. What is a complex data? See, complex data type is again, it is a data type which represents the value in 3 parts. One is called as real part. Second one is called as imaginary part, and third is called as a complex part. Okay, now that is what is called as complex data. So complex data type represents the value, that it represents the complex value in 3 parts. Complex number in 3 parts. First one is real part. Second one is imaginary part. Third one is a complex. Now let's take it. What are these actually? Let me show you this. What are they? Now, if I have a number, example, how it look like? Example. Here, I have a number like 9 plus 3g. This is the number. In this, 9 is called as a real. 9 is real. Okay. Now 3 is nothing but imaginary. Okay. Now j is equals to called as complex. And what is the j value? J value will be square root of -1. That will be j is equals to, usually j is equals to square root of -1. Okay. Now again, sometimes the people will be using the I also over here, or it depends like how you are, which book you are following, it will be like that. Okay. This is the real part, imaginary part, and the complex part, which is called as this. Okay. Now, how to print this? Is this rare? Now, let's show you. Now, if you want to convert anything into the, let's take it, if you want to convert anything into the complex number, any number into complex number, then we are having a function called as complex. Okay. Complex is a function which is used to convert into complex number. That is the advantage of this complex. And now it will, sorry, it will take the two parameters. I'm going to show you this, how it will work. Let's see this one over here. Okay. This is quickly about now, as I told you, like integer, all the data types are not having so much flexibility of different forms over there. Now, this is the another data type over here. Now, let's see this one, how we can represent it. Yeah, I will give it as a complex. Now here, I will give it as a number. I will give it A is equals to, I will say that 25 plus 3J. Now let's see that print A. Print, okay, print type of A. Let's see that what is this. Okay, now this is a complex number. Now you can also have a complex number like this also. B is equals to, now 35 plus 0G. This is also considered as a complex number. I will print it B in type of B. Now let me do this. You are going to get it. Complex. Now you can also have it a complex number without the real part also. Without the real part. Now here I can give it as only like 2J. Yes, it is also considered as a complex part only. Complex number only. Like C. Okay, this is called as complex. So all the three cases, it is called as a complex number. Now I was saying like a big lecture that this is real, this is imaginary and all those things. How to show you that which is the real and which is imaginary. So now let's take the A. Okay, let's take the A and see that what is the real part over there. A dot real. This is an attribute. This is not a function, it is an attribute. And you will give it in the result. And you will see that what you are going to. A is this one. Don't forget that the A is this one. In this, I'm getting the real part. What is the real part according to us? 25. I should get the 25 over here. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to run it. You see this? I'm going to get the 25 over here. But always it will be displaying in the float format, even though it looks like an integer, but it is internally represented as a float format. Next one is I want to get the imaginary A dot image. Okay, and I will use the result and print result. Okay, this is also you will get it in the float format. Which one you will get it over 3? See this? Okay, so this is the way we can represent. Now you can try it out with all of them. Now let's convert it. Okay, let's convert the any value to the complex. Complex function. Now here I have a number A is equals to 100 or maybe 154. This is the number is there. Okay, this is a number. And then what we are going to do it is I want to convert this one to the complex. Let's see that whether it will be convertible. Yes, complex 153. That is A. I will do it. Now what will happen is actually if you check it out, the complex number, there are two parts will be there, real part and imaginary. Now when I'm giving only one part over here, one number, this is nothing but a real part. And what will be the imaginary part? 0 will be considered as a imaginary part. Now, in this case, actually the complex will take the two parameters. One is a real parameter and the another one is an imaginary. Now, let me do this. B is equals to, I will give it as 5. Now, I am giving A comma B over here. Now, what I'm going to get it? A is considered as a real part and B is considered as an imaginary part. The output will be coming as, 15 plus 5J for us. Result is equals to print result is nothing but 15 plus 5J. Okay, now that is the actual flexibility of the complex function. But if you have only one value, still you can give it that value over here. When you give it only one value, let's take it now. I'm having x. X is equals to, I have it like 35. Now I want to convert this integer, only single value integer, into the complex. So I will give it as x. So what it will do it is, actually it is having the flexibility of taking 2, but mandatory is 1. At least 1 you have to give it. And what it will do it is 35. Okay, 35, whatever is 35 is there. This will be converted into complex form. That is 35 plus 0J. Because as you didn't give the imaginary part, it will consider as 0. This one like this. By default, it will consider as 0. And here I will give it as a result. Right? Result. Now you see this, you are going to get it as 35 plus 0. Now this is the way we can. Now you can try it out converting the float also, guys. No problem. You can convert it the float also over here. Now let me take it a float value. I will give it as y is equals to. Now 21.5 is the one. Z is equals to 9 over here, or like 2.3. Now I want to convert it. Complex y comma z. Now print we get the output. And you can use a combination of integer and and float also. Let me make it this one as 21 only. Now integer and the float. Now you see this, you will be getting 21 plus 2.3. So you can go on giving like this. So this is the way we are used to convert anything into complex. Okay. Now complex is one of the rarest data types which will be using it in your whole of your programming. Very rarely, especially when you are dealing with the like as I told you, the forms of the integer and this complex number and the bitwise operators. These are the sum which you will be using in the research. Okay, we will be very rarely you will be using in the regular programming. You will be using that one in the research. Now, next one is called as Boolean. Okay, guys. Next one is called as Boolean. Now, this Boolean, we have to give some respect to the Boolean. Okay? We call this, actually it is Boolean, but we call this Boolean in Python as bool. We call it as bool over here. This is nothing but bool. Now it is having only two values with it. What are those two values? Either it is true or false. Okay, it is having true or false. And How to represent them now? They are usually the output of the condition. These Boolean values act as a output of the decision making condition. Okay, decision making. A simple way. If I say it, okay, like now the time is 8:50 p.m. in India. Okay, just I'm asking, is it the time is 8:50 p.m. in India? Then you will say yes. Okay, you will say yes. And the people who are there out of India, they may say that no, it is not 8:50. In our case, in our place, it is different. So some say yes and some say no. In the same way, if I ask a simple question over here, now 100 is greater than 50. Okay, I'm saying it. 100 is greater than 50. So what you're going to say it, either you will say it yes or no. Yes or no. If this is correct, you will say yes. If you feel that this is wrong, if I give it 1 over here, then you will say no. Simple way, yes or no. In the same way, if I ask a condition like this, a question to my computer, the same thing. 100 is greater than 200. Then how my computer will respond? Either it will say it as true or false. Okay, now this is the result of this condition. Usually the computer will give the, for a condition, it will give the resultant one in the true or false manner. It will give it in the true or false manner. This is true means if this condition is correct. If this is false, it will give it when the condition is false. Okay, now these true and false are nothing but your Boolean values. Okay, usually the Boolean values helps us in decision making. It helps us to decision making, true or false. Now all of your conditional statements in the future, whatever we are going to use it, that is based on the true and false only. Okay, now internally the interpreter understands this as true is internally it is recognized as 1 and false is recognized as 0. Remember that internally the true is recognized as 1 and false is recognized as 0 internally. Now each and every character you take it, guys, each and every character you take it, the usually the programming language, the any character on your keyboard, any character in your keyboard, they identified with a special number which is called as ASCII number or ASCII code. They will call it as ASCII code. So any number you take it, that number will be recognized, or any character, sorry, not any, whatever you see on your keyboard, each and every character will be recognized differently with a different number. How to know that? This numbering system, what is given to each and every character on your keyboard, is called as ASCII. Now this ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Now what is this exactly is? Now each and every character, whatever you give it over here, this will be given a special number. For example, if I give it A, okay, this is internally recognized as 65 and B is internally recognized as 66. And if I give it small a, the small a is internally recognized as 97 and small b is internally recognized as 98. Even the numbers whatever are there, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, you can see the numbers, those also internally they are recognized by a number called as ASCII code. Okay, ASCII code. Now in the same way, because all the time, and now that is very important point, the system usually recognize everything in the form of number. That is what I told you why we said that our model will not recognize the characters as it is. It will recognize the numbers only. That is what the systems are prepared in that way. Our computers are prepared in that way. So now here, this is now A is recognized as 65, capital B is recognized 66. Now A, small a is 97, B is 98, right? Like this, all the alphabets will be recognized with the different numbers. This capital means different, small will be different. When a capital and small is recognized differently by a programming language, then it is called as case sensitive language. Okay, that is called as case sensitive language. Case means uppercase, lowercase. That language is called as a case sensitive when it can recognize. Some languages will be there which is not a case sensitive. Now SQL. Now SQL, when you are using with the SQL Server, it is not a case sensitive. You can give it a capital or small, it will take it as a command and it will go forward. But Python, it will not take like that. It is differently, it will react. This is a case sensitive language. Okay. Now in that way, now here the true is recognized as 1 and false is internally recognized as 0. Now I will show you this, how this is, you will identify. I will show you, not to worry. Okay, now this is what about the Boolean. I will show you how we will work with the Boolean over here. Now let me go to it. Now again, if you want to convert anything into Boolean, there is a function called as bool. Okay, there is a function called as bool. Here there is an important concept we are going to see this context. Let's take it like 10-15 minutes more. Okay, let's finish it of the Boolean. Now let me go to this. Put on everything inside. Now here I will put it as Boolean. Now this is a very important one. Try to understand this. Even though there is not much is there for me to write over here, but it is very important. It's more important than your integers. Okay, this is very valuable in our whole of programming. So now let's take it. Always remember the Boolean values will be true and false. Now true means T should be capital RUE. False means F should be capital FA, and remaining all will be like smaller case. And remember that. Okay. Now remember this, when you are dealing with the like it is a case sensitive. So if you are giving all small case false, it will not accept as false. If you give all small case true, it will not accept. The first letter T should be caps, remaining all should be small. Then only it will consider as a Boolean value. Now let's take it. A is equals to, I will give it as true. Now this true is nothing but the Boolean value. Now I will print it A and print it type of A. Now apart from this, if you give any word without quotes, that is called that will be considered as a variable. Only this is considered as a value. True is a value, that is a Boolean value. Now see, without quotes, and it is not a number nor within the quotes. Now till now I was explaining that the values will be either number format or a string format. Number format means it should be without quotes, it can be there. The string format means it should be there within the quotes. Now this is the only value which is not a number, but it is still not within the quotes. This is a Boolean value. Now I will run it. See this, Boolean. Okay. Now next one is false. We will see with the false. I'll give it as B is equals to false. Okay. Now print B and print type of B. This is also called as a bool. Also called as bool. Okay, guys, true and false. Bool, both are bool. Now let's see this one. I was saying that this is considered as an internally, it will be recognized as 1. 0 is false. Now what I will do it is print. Okay, I will do it print true. Means I will get the true only. You will not, don't expect that you will be getting the 1 over here. You will get the true only. Now see this. If I do it true plus true, true plus true, then what you are going to get it? 2. You will get it 2. Okay. The same thing over here. If I'm doing it print true plus false, this is true. 1 plus 0 is 1 only. You will get the output as 1 over here. 1. Now next one is print. Okay. Now true into false. Can we do this? Let's try it out. 0. Now let's do it subtraction also. Print true minus true. Then what you are going to get it? This is nothing but 0. So this shows that, internally the true is recognized as 1 and false is recognized as 0. Okay, this shows that that is what. Now let's convert the things into Boolean. Okay, let's convert. Now this is pretty important, guys. Try to understand this point. Bool. Now here I will do the conversion. Okay, I will convert any value to the Boolean. Let's see that I have a value like 100. Okay, 100 I want to convert into Boolean. Let's take it. Okay, first let me do it. 1 I want to convert into Boolean, and I will take the result and I will print the result over here. Now 1 is converting into Boolean. What I will get it? I will get it as true. Okay, true. Now don't think that because internally the true is recognized as 1, so when I give 1 means I will get true. No, not like that. Okay, not like that. I will explain. Now if I give it bool of 0, then I will get it as false. Now you will be confirmed that because 1 is true, the 0 is false, it is recognized like that. No, it is still, I will say that it's not like that. Why we are getting it true means, let me give you a small example of it. I will take this one once again, and I will give it as maybe 18. Now 1 is recognized internally as true, 0 is recognized as false, then what should be this one? 18. Again you will get it true. Okay, now if I take it one more number, any number, like let's take it a very random number of 73 or 72. Now this I will get it again true. So what is this happening is, whenever you are converting an integer, whenever you are trying to convert an integer to the Boolean, so whenever you are converting integer to Boolean, I will write it as integer Boolean. So what will happen is, all non-zero integers will converted or will return true, or it is considered as true. All non-zero integers are considered as true. As true. Now true is question. All non-zero integers are considered as true. Okay. Now, and when it will be false? Only when the value is 0. zero is considered zero is considered as false. Now that is the reason why you can see this is the only scenario where we got the false. Remaining all cases, all are non-zero integers, so we got it true. Now let's take it one more example for your comfortness. Here I will give it as 0. Now float is also the same formula, 0.0001. Now how many zeros are there? And at last it is 1 is there. Now is this number is equal to 0? It is very, very close to 0, but it is not 0. Okay, it is not 0. Obviously it is not false, it is true for us. True. Now if I remove this 1, just take it, I will copy this again, I'll keep it down. Okay, if I remove this one, okay, if I remove this one and see that I have what, all zeros are there, even though there are decimal point and after that also there is 0 are there, but totally it is 0 only, right? Then you will get the false. Okay, so this is the way the integer will behave whenever you are converting an integer to the boolean. Okay, whenever you are converting an integer to the boolean or float to the boolean, all non-zero integers should be considered as true or converted as true, and only 0 will be considered as a false. Now what if I'm dealing with a string? When I convert the things to the string, when I want to convert the things, a string to the boolean, then also it behaves a bit strangely over here. Now I will show you. Bool for string. Okay. Now I will take it over here. Now I will a is equals to, I will take it as true. I will take it as true. Now I will convert this true to boolean. Again, I will get the result as true only. It is very common that you will get it true only. Now see this, I will get it true. Now this is a boolean value. I'm converting it to boolean. The value will be the same. The same thing if I repeat it with my false. Let's take it false. I will give it as false over here. B. And I will give it as B. Now let's see this. It will be the false one. The boolean true will be converted into true. It will be true. And if the boolean, if the false is converted into boolean, then it will be false one. Now let's take it. Now C is equals to, I have an apple. Now I will say that result is equals to bool of C, and I will print it. Now this also I will get it true. Okay. Now if I put it B is equals to within the quotes false. Now this is not the boolean value. This is a string. A boolean value within the string is nothing but a string. It is not a boolean value. This is the boolean value. False without the string is a boolean value. A false within the string is a string. Now within the quotes is a string. Now here I will take it as bool and I will give it as D. Now I will print it result. Now what you are going to get it again, this is I'm going to get it true over here. Now you can see this, I will get the true. Why means, see how it is behaving with the string means all non-empty string will considered as true, guys. All non-empty string are considered as true, and only the empty string is considered as false. Now what is that? This is non-empty, this is non-empty. Now whatever you take it, this is a non-empty. If it is a non-empty, then it is considered as, now let's take it my name Arjun also I will give it Arjun, and here E is there. Now here So all non-empty string will be considered as true. All non-empty strings are considered as true. Okay. Now, we are going to see the empty string. What happens if I give an empty string? Empty string means nothing should be there, not even the space. If I give the space, this is also considered as a non-empty string. Still, I will get it as a true only. See this, if I'm giving F over here, so I will get it true. See this, all these cases is getting true. Now, if I remove this space, then it is an empty string. This is an empty string. Now, this is nothing but your false. Okay, this is your false. Okay, guys. Now, this is the way the string will be behaving in converting to the Boolean. So, if you convert string to Boolean, I'll write it. String to Boolean, how it will behave? All non-empty strings. Strings are considered as true. True. And only empty string is considered, empty string is considered as false. Okay. Now this whatever we learned it, how important it is for us in the future. So like where it will be useful for us, this one. We will see that one. I will show you tomorrow this one. Why this is so important for us in the real-time scenario where this will be useful. I will show you tomorrow. Okay, guys. So then I will stop it over here.